respected chairperson, scholars, friends, and dear students. The title of my paper is our general introduction, in which I just want to tell, while discussing the basis as well as the prime goal of Islamic revolution in Iran and the role of Imam Khomeini's political philosophy, it is desirable to note that almost all the early Muslim philosophers from the East and the West did not clearly distinction between ethics and politics. For those scholars, those ulama, they people generally think that politics and ethics both are one and the same. Muslim philosophers discussed ethics as an important philosophical problem which primarily deals about the nature of human good and its relation to the political order, about happiness, as-saada, and its achievements. And how this saada can be achieved, there are different types of modes and different type of principles. Generally, when these scholars, especially those who are political, they people don't make any distinction between the world and religion, because Islam does not make any distinction between religion and politics or any other aspect of human life. It also finds no difference between religion, deen, and the world, dunya, because it is here in this world in which we have to exercise our normative science. And I think before Iranian revolution, this was main contention of the West, that they think that these Maulvis and these mullahs and these Islamic the scholars, they have nothing to do with politics, they have nothing to do with what is going on, how state should run. They say that these are the people of mosque and they should stay there in the mosque. And it was, I think, greatness of Imam Khomeini, who taught the West that Islamic scholars are not merely scholars of mosque, but they don't make any type of distinction between what politics and what is Islam. Whenever a Muslim is in a ruler of the state or a scholar, whether a person adopts any type of profession, he is a Muslim throughout. So in this present scenario, when we see that the crisis is going on, it was Imam Khomeini, through Islamic revolution of Iran, he told that Muslim must stand up and the unity must be there. There must not be any type of what you can say, the Shias are there and Sunnis are there. Within Sunnis there are sects, within Shias there are sects. And I twice visited Iran and saw what is going inside Iran. There are persons who are against this Islamic revolution also, and they stay outside, and they said, generally they usually propagate this. These Islamists, they generally destroyed our freedom. They take Islam, as generally all Muslims take Islam according to their own choice. They misinterpret like Rafiddin. When you enter in a particular, for example, religion, say Islam, you have to interpret, you have to see what is this religion, revealed religion. It is not based on our own wishes, our own desires, but there is Almighty God who through Prophet, through the Holy Quran, directs us what to do, what not to do. And all rules and regulations which generally are beneficial for humanity as well as Islamic State and the units and the members and the citizens, these are the principles given by God. And here in this world, the rulers are there, and who are the rulers? Rulers are among the learned persons, not merely in Iqbal's sense, बंदों को गिना करते हैं, तोला नहीं करते. We are not here to make such type of a leader who doesn't know A from B about religion, about principle of Islamic polity, for example, and about other things. Another important point which comes generally, I mentioned in my paper, the salient feature of Islamic revolution of Iran is highlighting the salient feature of Islamic revolution of Iran. It can be brought out that it was mainly against injustice. What is going on? What Shah did? Injustice, discrimination, slavery, tyranny, un-Islamic man-made principles, and despotic rule. The active Islamic movement of Muslim people of Iran, led by Imam Khomeini, who was Imam Khomeini, a humanist and God-loving personality, vehemently opposed to the powerful, despotic tyrant ruler Shah of Iran and his corrupt government that was based on inhuman and un-Islamic activities such as killing innocents, arresting and torturing others, looting and destroying people's property, and depriving them of their basic living needs. Thus, the Islamic movement continued its vital struggle for more than 15 years till it was culminated in the victory of Islamic Revolution of Iran on February 11, 1979 on the Persian side. This revolution can be taken as a sample. It was a greatness of Imam Khomeini that he generally asked, especially Shias, that they should not wait for Imam Mahdi. And what is atrocities going on around the world, they should stand up and they should struggle for what is justice and what is right. This is first point, first important point taken by Imam Khomeini. The second important point which was taken by him, which I mentioned in my paper, is that there is a great need of a unity. Without unity, we can't stand. Besides unity, we must learn others' language in order to respond what they are propagating. Whenever I am talking, whenever Imam Khomeini is talking of the West, it does not mean that the whole West is wrong. Science and technology, what is right, what you have to imbibe, what you have to get from the West, it is okay. And generally they are quoting a hadith that education is your education, or whatever fun you are having, whatever skill you are having, it is your lost inheritance. You must get it. And in his Walayat-e-Faqih, generally he preached that. He was much impressed by the teaching of the Prophet of Islam and Imam Ali, especially with reference to Imam Ali's letter to Malik-e-Ashtar, in which Imam Ali told that how he should behave as a ruler, what type of behavior he should adopt to non-Muslims beside his co-religionists. Because when you are in a particular chair as a ruler, you have to see what is going on, and you have no right to make any distinction between these Muslims and non-Muslims. Because when we are translating the verse of the Holy Quran and saying God is Rabbul Alameen, and at the same time we are saying the Prophet is Rahmatul Alameen, in that very context we have to see whether you are a teacher, whether you are a political leader, whether you are doing a public service, you must see that all persons are equal. This is the greatness of Imam Khomeini, that he generally guided those Iranian, not merely those Iranian, but the Muslim Ummah as a whole. And he gave us a brilliant lesson practically, like Sir Syed. I admired Iqbal because I did my PhD on Iqbal, and Iqbal, you know, we all respect Iqbal. But if someone says, you compare Iqbal and Sir Syed, and generally I would prefer Sir Syed. And the answer is obvious. In the same manner, when someone says that there are hundreds and thousands ulama to whom you would prefer, certainly my answer would be Imam Khomeini. How much time? Imam Khomeini explained his politico-religious thought in his three important works, Kashf al-Asrar, Kitab al-Bay, and Wilayat-e-Faqih. Wilayat-e-Faqih is taken as the most appropriate in order to explain how a ruler should behave, what are his duties, and if the ruler is disinterested one, disinterested in the sense that Imam Khomeini did everything just to overthrow the rule of the Shah. And after that, when people said that you would be the president of Islamic Republic of Iran, and his answer was, do you think I did all for presidentship? It is your duty to do. What was my duty, I have performed that. Now, in Islamic State, rule of law is that of the Holy Quran and the Prophet of Islam. And our duty is just to protect and do everything for the betterment of humanity. And lastly, in his political theory and practice, Imam Khomeini strongly advocated the restoration of Muslim unity. He was not at all interested in any type of sectarian division among the Muslims. He believed that the ultimate goal of an Islamic State is the spiritual rejuvenation of man. To him, monarchy was not an acceptable element in Islam. He generally said that it is our own mutual conflict which generally help others to deviate ourselves from the right path. So if we are observing unity, our problem will be solved. Thank you very much.